Hi, so here we are in Mangshi, the capital city of Dehong Dai and Jingpo Autonomous Prefecture, here in here in Yunnan in southwest China. Over there is the city outskirts. I would just like to show you a few of my collection sites here for minerals. This is a creek that flows into the Mangshi River, which is over that direction. I'll show you that quite soon. At the moment it's not great because the water level is low because it's not the rainy season here. So there's kind of like a rocky plain here. I found a lot of quartz, a lot of nice things like that here. Now it's kind of covered in water plants and dust, so it's not really suitable right now, but I found some very nice specimens here before. A lot of it, as you can see, has been shaped by water and exposure to wind in the past. And there's also a lot of stuff that's been moved here from elsewhere. But this is still a pretty decent collection spot. Nothing too rare or out of the ordinary, but a lot of nice stained quartz, a lot of stones made of different materials, all that kind of thing here. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so now we're actually on the Mangshi River. There's a lot of collection spots just like this. There's a lot of rocky plains, rocky banks up and down the Mangshi River. This is still inside the valley, as you can see. And then Mangshi is back that way. There's a lot of countryside. The Mangshi Valley is full of farmland, mostly. And then the Mangshi River flows through and irrigates all that farmland. There's a lot of rice paddy, a lot of cornfields, that kind of thing here. It's an agricultural region. And the Mangshi River has a lot of rocky banks like this. So very similar to the last spot. Although in these spots there's a greater diversity and there's more to choose from than the creek that we were just at. So you can see there's a rocky bank here. There's several spots like this up and down the river inside the valley. I've just chosen this one as representative. Well, anyway, now the next time we stop, we're going to be outside the valley. So I've got a bit of driving to do now. So let's move on. While we're on the way, I'd like to mention this source of minerals as well. That being the dirt and clay roads, which go up and down alongside the river and through the rice paddies and cornfields. There is a lot of just like bulk blue, I guess granite, bluestone that's been dumped here deliberately to try and stabilize the path in wet weather. But a lot of it is actually stuff like river stones, different types of river stones that have come from the riverbank. The problem here is that it's all covered in dust and clay, and so to look at the stones here, they're just stones. There's nothing really to differentiate any of them unless you actually stop and wash off a bunch of stones. Anyway, it is a place to find minerals here in Mangshi, so I thought I'd quickly stop and show you. Okay, let's move on. So as I said, we're going outside the Mangshi Valley. You can see the valley walls pretty much all around us. Mangshi is back there. Those new buildings are the Dehong Teachers College, which has been there since 2016. And we are going further this way outside of the valley. So yeah, let's keep moving. So here we are, ever so slightly outside of the Mangshi Valley. There's the Dehong Teachers College in the background there. And here is the Mangshi River flowing its way down from the hills and mountains into the Mangshi Valley. So down there is one of my main collection spots, so let's go take a look. So here we are at one of my main spots. As you can see, the bank has been shifted up and down quite a lot, and as that happens, the stones from the actual riverbank get shifted up or shifted back down. There's quite a lot of diversity in what there is here. There's a lot of ochre stone, that's basically just like clay, maroon clay, orange clay, but that's obviously not what a geologist is particularly concerned with. So there's a lot of kaolinite, a lot of different types of quartz, a lot of different granites, sandstone, all kinds of different things really. So usually I would prefer to gather from the actual riverbed itself, but as you can see right now, it's the dry season, and this is what happens during the dry season. In the summertime when it's raining, it's a lot more salubrious for gathering from the water. But this is something I wanted to show you. There's a lot of different stones like this. I forget the name for this, but basically you can see there's different minerals in there. I found quite a few stones like that here. Yeah, so this side not so interesting, but this side. Maybe different types of iron oxides. I'm not entirely sure. And this particular rocky bank goes quite a bit further up. One of my criteria for a collection site is being able to get there easily. There's quite a few rocky banks, but it's simply not accessible on foot, or at least accessible safely on foot. So for anyone who came here looking for different types of minerals, their mileage might vary on that one. But as for me, sorry about that, my camera ran out of storage. Anyway, as I was saying, one of my major criteria for a collection spot here is safety and ease of access. That I come out by myself, and if I injure myself out in a place like this, there might not be anyone around to help me. So but there are a lot of spots more similar to this which would be accessible with a bit of climbing or something like that. So for an actual geologist as opposed to an amateur like me, there's probably more here than I have access to, what with my insistence on safety. And I'll have to be quick here because the battery's running out. But this is quite a fair way outside the valley now. This is my main spot. We're quite far up in the mountains now, away from the valley. And what we have here is a very large rocky plain with lots of stuff just lying out in the open, lots of different stuff here as well. So there's a really good diversity of stuff here. It's not like further down where you only find a few different types of mineral. And also it's got the well, the river right now is just as choked up with water plants as further down is, but in the rainy season it's very clear. It doesn't even really smell like rotting vegetation here, and it's much better then. But you can see the sand is quite sparkly. There's a lot of mica here, and yeah, there's just like a really great diversity of different minerals here. Okay, I'd better wrap this up. It looks like the camera battery is running on fumes now, so I hope you found this informative, and yeah, please, if you have any questions or anything else that you'd like me to try and find here, please let me know. Okay.